Susan, hey, you know what? I'm not going to be able to do it because I'm on my phone. I meant to share the live to my community wall, but whether I'm sharing it or whether a bunch of us are on here or just one of us are on here, if it's just me and you on here, if it's just me on here, I'm going to go ahead and say what I got to say, and then I'm going to go ahead and get up out of here. So I'm going to take off the camera because I'm outside and there's people walking around. But here we go. I've been sitting since last night trying to figure out how to word this, how to say this, and to say that right now I am saddened. I am saddened because for 2 years I have watched more campaigns about standing against racism, and I've watched the campaigns end, and the racism wasn't addressed, it wasn't fixed, it didn't get better. It's actually gotten worse. It's gotten to a point that these days I feel like any and everybody throws around in this sector the N word. They throw around these fights and they talk about the most serious battles. We talking about children being exploited, children being taken advantage of, children being spoke about sexually. We talking about racism. We talking about a bunch of things. So I want to address one thing that last night I heard on more than one different panel. I heard that how is it offensive to say eat with your feet? It makes you think of people who don't have hands. But the reality is, most of us don't know a person without hand that eats with their feet. Most of us don't know that. If you know somebody without hands who eats with their feet, tell me about it. Because I don't know. And I know some people whose hands are disformed. I had a client who had a motorcycle accident and his hands were stuck the way they would be if you were holding on to your motorcycle, to the handles on your motorcycle. And he didn't eat with his feet. He had no access with his hands and he didn't eat with his feet. Um, but here's where it became something that sounded racial. If I'm speaking about an African American, a black, whatever you want to call them, if I'm speaking about them and then I make a statement about them eating with their feet, bananas, booga booga, climbing a tree, any of that is referring to him as a monkey. Because the only thing I know that eats with his feet and his hands are monkeys. So that's where it will become a racial thing. Now, if you said all of them eat with their feet, then nobody would think you were just talking about Heidi. But if you're talking about Heidi, then you said, and I bet she eats with her feet, that means you're talking about one person, singular. So let's get off of that because who cares? Because I've learned around here it's a bunch of things. Now, when the Dusty was going on, that's to the interpreter. So whoever found Dusty offended, that was on them because Dusty is used to describe broke people who I know some people who wear clean name brand clothes and they look dusty. So that don't have nothing to do with your race. You could be dusty at any rate. But anyway, either way it goes, there's a lot of explaining where people got offended. And one thing about where people are offended, they shouldn't have to explain to you who's going to make up I was offended. So if I came up in here and I was talking about such and then I made some slur that only referred to Caucasians, when you think I was talking to Mr. Racial? Or would you just think I was coinky dinky saying something and saying something about them at the same time? But over here, I see it's a lot of deals or whatever's been made. I don't know because around this neighborhood, this the only. Let me tell y'all something. I just told my moderator this morning. Around here, I've noticed for the last, this will be the third October. Every October, here comes the drama, here comes the trauma, here comes the bullshit, here comes the shit show. The very first one was in October, because we almost hit October. In October, we had the big Sherelle and John Yates blowout. Boom. Then last October, we had the big Horngate. Boom. Now this October, we have that we've been fighting petitions and hearing this and back to back all racial slurs, and now we dropping it. It didn't happen. Everything's all good. What? When did it get good? And only in this community can you offend one person but apologize to somebody else and it's okay. And then yesterday, and let me tell you something, I ain't got shit against Samson. I ain't got to make a decision, whatever decision you want to. That's one thing about being a free person. But I just have one thing to ask. He named everything that he asked of her. He said, oh, I told her stop Take that video down about Maria. Don't you dare mess with Jen anymore. Don't you dare do this. Don't you dare do that. Don't you dare do this. Okay, what did he do? Because in a deal, we both had to do something. What was his part of the deal? Just to leave you alone? Because I didn't know that's what we've been fighting on him for the last, you know, year. I didn't know the petition said cancel John Yates if he don't stop talking about Amber. I don't know when it said that. I ain't heard about that petition. I ain't heard about that offending people. Wasn't it just last week, 2 weeks ago, Breezy Girl was crying about feeling how she feels in this community as an African American, as a person of African descent? Did we forget about them cries? Have we forgotten what's going on here? Let's see. Real was called the N-word by several different people while he was on here. We just throwing it around. Didn't we just have talks a few months ago where it was thrown around and the only reason that it was accidentally said is because they thought they was talking to somebody else? Like, this is bad. And I'm sorry to say it, and I'm still going to mess with people in this community, but I'm sad to say it. I see that this community, I hate to say it, and I said it earlier before, it's not just one person in here who's racist. I see there's several. And it's showing his face. And if one more person counts me out, the black people they've had in their house, around them, talked to, ate breakfast with, farted next to, took a piss, and they was in the bathroom stall, I'm going to lose my mind. I'm going to lose my mind. Because sometimes I'm talking to y'all about people, I didn't tell y'all they race, so you really don't know what they are, unless you just assumed every single person I talk about is black. I'm not taking any calls right now. I can't because I'm on my cell phone. I'm not taking any calls right now. Like I said, because I'm not saying anything wrong. This isn't against anybody. I just can't help but tell you how I feel. Before I came onto this platform, I came to this sector and I came over here because it's one of the sectors I like. And I like this so much that during the pandemic, when everybody was locked in their house, it gave me a place to laugh. It gave me a place of joy. And then it just went to hell in a handbasket. It went to um, it went to hell in a handbasket. Every time anything comes up, just like Busy said, it don't matter if black people involved or not involved. Suddenly it's a big black catastrophe. Suddenly let's throw around the N-word. Suddenly let's talk about things and not know that those could offend somebody's race. Suddenly let's make statements and, oh, I didn't even know that could be racially toned. There was a racial undertone in that. Suddenly it was, we could talk about here, but I didn't know it was offensive. Then why aren't you talking about everybody here? I mean, I can't. And I just want to know, please, somebody give me the history of this sector. Did black people come in here and destroy this sector? Did black people come over here and dox everybody's kids? Did black people come over here and bring out people's essay reports? Did black people come over here and murder somebody? Did black people come on here and make fun of suicide? Why is it that we keep being the reason for the fuss? Every campaign around here, it's like politics. Here we come into a black neighborhood, we coming to help. We're coming to do something. As soon as the campaign over, we don't know who you are no more. Hold on, let me move around from that. Like I said, the first time I've ever been pissed off about this is when there was a campaign put up against Lisa, baby girl Lisa, and it got dropped. And it was like it was nothing. And I still watch our campaign through this sector like it's okay. So, like I said, I don't have anything, baby. Huh? You're welcome. But yeah, so I'm saddened. I am saddened because there are great people of every race in this sector. It is everybody. Oh, I don't know what makes a racist. What if you gotta ask it? Then 9 times out of 10, you might pull some racist shit in your life because you don't even know what it means to be a racist. So, like I said, let me say hello. Hey, AAA says. Hey, T-Day says. Hey, Doom. Hey, Comrades of Biatch. Yeah, there's no accountability over here. All it is a bunch of click and view, clout chasing, using big situations that people really want to have a discussion, really want to make change, really want to do something better. And then yesterday it kept getting thrown up. I brought peace. Where did you bring peace? You brought confusion because for 10 months at least, We have had such a division where if you so much as in somebody else's chat and you go over to one of the others, you are the enemy. But now suddenly the main parties have made, and I guess all of us are bowing down to the greatness of this victory. Where's the victory? There's a lot of hurt feelings that have not been accounted for. There's a lot of things that have been done and nobody's holding accountability for. But I told you all, take a look at the last 2 years and the same motherfuckers are involved in everything. Like I said, I have no ill wills against nobody. I'm still loving on everybody to this day. But if you think for 1 second that Danny's going to sit here, I'm going to tell you this. I never need nobody to fight the fight for me because I'm going to fight it here, on here, off here, in the real world, and in real life. And I'm still going to treat people with respect until they treat me different. But one thing I won't do in this sector no more is jump on any campaign where they talking about my people because they playing with my people. They dancing on my people, and they are disrespecting my people. And I do not like it. It is so wrong for no reason. For no reason. So like I said, tell me the history of this sector. Was it black people came in here and destroyed it and made it this vigilante, angry bitch sector? Please tell me. So then I'd understand why they hate it so much over here. Did I see why it's okay to diss them and get away with it? Did I see why it's okay to put stuff on them and it's okay? Did I understand? But like I said, I still love all y'all. I still got no ill wills against no content creators. I got ill wills against the actions of what's going on right now in front of me. I got ill wills because all this BS that's been going on is going to have a lot of subscribers unsubscribing. It's going to have a lot of subscribers going back in the bushes. It's going to have a lot of people starting to racially have tension against each other because they're going to judge every Caucasian for what some are doing. They're going to judge every black for what some so-called did. And it makes me sad. But y'all, I really just came on here to talk to y'all real quick. I came to work for a few hours and I can't even eat right now. Y'all know I love the food because I'm sad. I'm angry. I feel used and abused, and I almost feel like I've been bamboozled. I've been hoodwinked. You know what I mean? I feel like Malcolm should come in the room and start talking. Because y'all bringing the Malcolm Farrakhan out of me. And you know already, like I said, I'm here about peace. We done came too far. You don't hold me back about being black. I am proud to be black. But this year, too much. But y'all, I am back inside. So I'm going to go ahead, leave you all. I love you all. Doom, I'm hoping that's you I'm with on Instagram. If not, send me a friend request. I have to take down my Instagram information out of my about section, and it's the one that's on my community wall. So if anybody wants to get up with me on Instagram, go to my community wall. My new Instagram is up there, and we can talk there. Hey, my Just John. Thank you, Karma. It's up Yach for coming in. Hey, Mare. Oh, my babies. I'm missing people. I'm sorry, y'all. Hey, my Marianne. Thank you, Suno. Thank you, Susan. Hey, bruh, Gino. All right, guys, I'm going to get out of here, and I'll be back later, and we can discuss and talk about hopefully something else, but I'm sure this fire, because it's a bunch of fires got started, and we can't tell them how to burn. So we will talk about this. I love y'all. Remember, everybody's only responsible for themselves. If you do the right thing, that's all you can do. But when you do the right thing, you'll always notice the wrong thing right in your face. I love you guys. Thank you for loving each other. Thank you for loving me. Thank you for coming up in here with respect. Thank you, Susan, for being here for me. Don't forget about Emma Lou. Don't forget about each other. And I love you. Thanks for wearing the crown. See ya. I can't believe it either, John. I can't. I can't believe it. And I can't believe that we keep talking about it being the main problem, but then it's the only problem we don't solve. You know, we fix everything with that. We will settle our disagreements on that. But I'll talk to y'all later. Love you. Bye.